Okay, so here is just some of the positions you can get into when you're in labor, and they just might help you feel more comfortable. And we generally have this poster up in the labor rooms as well, so it'll kind of give you a little reminder when you come in. Some of them you can see are using the birthing ball, and probably just in some ways that you mightn't think of. So not just sitting on the ball, but you can see here she's leaning on the ball with the mat as well, and here the ball is against the wall and she's leaning against it, kind of squatting. Then we have other positions which are kind of, leaning on different things. So this is the back of the bed tilted up, and she's leaning over the back. And this would be a position that a lot of people would adopt because they don't like maybe to sit upright. And this, you have access to someone's back here as well. So just want to give some back massage. And they can still use, this person is using the Entonox here as well, so that's good. And they're also still on continuous monitoring, so if you're required to be on continuous monitoring, like this is a good position to be in. And I would recommend that you change position, that you don't keep any one position during this. This again is a squatting position with the midwife behind. Again, this can be used with your partner or the midwife. This is one here again, she's kind of leaning, this is the Ohio that she's leaning on. And again, it's just kind of changing the weight really from your feet and just changing your whole body weight, which is good. This is one on the bed. Again, she's just kind of leaning over the ball, has continuous monitoring on, but she's sitting on the bed. This is leaning again on the bed. So she's leaning on a beanbag here, which we don't have anymore in the labour ward, but the beds can come up very high, and a lot of people would find leaning over on the bed, she still has the continuous monitoring on. So again, it's not restrictive. You can still have your continuous monitoring and adopt this position. Again, this is one where just it's access to somebody's back, and again, some people really like some back massage. And again, this is kind of the same one, leaning and having back massage. And this is just sitting at the edge of the bed. So usually here on a birthing ball, sitting. And again, you can have continuous monitoring in that position. And this is just a different one where the bed, so she's still sitting on the bed, and the end of the bed comes off, and these little foot pieces come out, so she can put her feet, so it's almost sitting position, but it's in the bed. Again, it's another one that you can use continuous monitoring during, if you are on continuous monitoring, just so it's not restrictive for you. So there's like some of the options that you can use, and these are options in the room, using your birthing ball, using the mats, using the bed. You have been on continuous monitoring or not been on continuous monitoring. If you have an epidural, you're slightly more restricted in your movements just because you are on continuous monitoring, but you also have an IV cannula in situ, so you're connected to IV fluids. That's not to say that you can't adopt different positions, so you can, the bed does still go into the sitting position, which you can use, and unfortunately your legs generally won't hold your weight, so you can't get out of the bed and sit on the ball or anything like that, but you can turn from left to right, different sitting positions. We also have a peanut ball that you can use to put in between your legs that helps with progress in labour, and that would be it really, left and right and kind of sitting upright and changing the bed position for epidurals. You need to see yourself. Some people have very dead legs, so they can't move. Their movement is really restricted. So really you would need to see when you have an epidural, how you feel and how much movement you actually have.